This is the police barn. We have the building surrounded. You have exactly 1 minute.
Car 1433. Keep your lights trained on the rear of the building. Load your tear gas gun.
You hear us, Barnes? You've got 45 seconds. Come out of that building. 30 seconds. 15 seconds. 5 seconds, Charlie.
Solitary. This is isolation. He's the only man in the cell block.
Why don't you hang yourself?
Charlie. Get up.
Charlie?
Pete. Long time. How are you?
Good, Charlie.
Sit down, sit down. Make yourself comfortable. Sit down. I don't get many visitors.
Yeah. Now, why all the isolation bit, Charlie?
I like it that way. Gives me a chance to get my work done.
Work? What work?
Press notices. I'm the most incorrigible prisoner this state's ever had. Take a look.
Why are you acting up, Charlie?
It gets me isolation. I need the quiet. I gotta concentrate.
On what?
My law books.
Are you studying law?
I'm studying to rid myself out of here.
You a lawyer? That takes time.
I got a lot of it. That judge gave me 99 years.
You must have impressed him.
I'm looking to impress the circuit court now. Well, if I get hot, who knows? I might make the Supreme Court.
Are you trying to say you weren't guilty?
Now, what's that got to do with it?
Sure, Charlie.
What are you doing up here, anyway?
Oh, I'm just passing through.
Keep going. The food's terrible.
Well, I'm glad to see you're occupied. I was afraid you might be plotting a few more bank robberies.
No. You can only concentrate on one thing at a time. I'm concentrating on getting out.
Keep it up, Charlie.
Well, there it is. Charlie Barnes. 1 page of description, 3 pages of criminal record, and 22 pages of disciplinary action.
He seems to be quite a sore thumb.
Well, that's just the point, Mr. Gunn. That's why we sent for you. Pathology's changed, Mr. Gunn. See, our purpose is no longer to punish the prisoner, but to rehabilitate him.
Makes sense.
We'd like to think so. After all, 95% of the men in prison today will ultimately be released.
And Charlie?
Well, Charlie Barnes is the problem. He could set the penal system back to the Dark Ages. You saw the isolation block.
Yeah, pretty empty.
Because we don't believe in it. Charlie Barnes is the one man that keeps me from getting rid of it. He's an agitator. He's surly, uncooperative.
Well, he seemed pretty friendly to me.
Well, that's because you're an old friend, and also because you represent the outside. See, we represent officialdom. We can't get through to him.
Well, what do you plan to do about it?
We're going to let him out.
Of isolation?
No, we're going to let him out of prison.
Good luck.
Sit down, Mr. Gunn. Charlie has only one person on his mailing list, his daughter. Apparently, she's the only one in the world that he cares anything at all about. Well, she's getting married tomorrow night.
And?
We'd like you to take him to that wedding.
You're right. Phonology's certainly changed.
We know it's risky. We've considered everything very carefully, and Dr. Ward here, the prison psychiatrist, agrees with me completely. You see, if we can make Charlie understand that we're really interested in him as a human being, well, maybe he'll begin acting like one.
But why me? Why not hire a couple of deputies?
Official him again. See, Charlie wouldn't think that he was really on his honor. But with you, an old friend, he might.
Well, I must admit it's an interesting form of therapy, but...
Would you help us, Mr. Gunn?
Who am I to stand in the way of progress?
Hey, how about this? Boy, long time.
You look sharp, Charlie. I hope you're not thinking sharp. How about some coffee?
You got a problem, Pete?
Yeah, you.
You figuring that I'm figuring?
Something like that.
Look, Pete, I planned some of the best bank jobs in the country. For the moment, I'm retired. But tonight, I'm interested in just one thing, my kid's wedding.
That's fine.
You're out on a limb, Pete. I could saw it off.
I don't think you would. But if you did,
I know.
you know.
This is hardly wedding talk.
Yeah, well, I just thought we'd have a little understanding.
About the wedding, I've been thinking. I want my kid to see me.
Why not?
Why make waves? Do you, Ellen, take this man to be your lawful wedded husband, to love, honor, and cherish as long as ye both shall live?
I do.
Do you, Paul, take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife, to love, honor, and cherish as long as ye both shall live?
I do.
I now pronounce you man and wife.
Want to change your mind, Charlie?
Let's go.
Daddy? Aren't you going to kiss the bride?
Honey, it's real good to see you.
I thought you were still...
Just a quick pass. Good behavior.
I want you to meet Paul.
Listen, honey, why don't you just leave well enough alone?
I'm not ashamed of you.
You look real pretty. You be happy now. Right, Pete?
You gotta give a little, take a little, and let your poor heart break a little. That is the story of, that is the glory of love. You gotta laugh a little, cry a little, before the clouds roll by a little. That is the story of, that is the glory of...
Sit down, Charlie.
love. As long as there's the two...
Charlie, what we need is a glass of champagne.
Nice of you, Pete.
Nice wedding.
What time does the train leave, Pete?
About 45 minutes.
We wouldn't want to miss that, would we? You going somewhere?
About 3 feet away. I'll be right back.
That is the story of...
Barney?
That is the glory
Champagne.
of love.
Champagne? Champagne. 2 glasses on the terrace.
The story, the glory of love. Well, you're a rousing audience.
Hmm?
Bad humor, man?
Oh, good humor. I just came from a wedding.
So?
So?
So how did you like it?
What?
The wedding.
Fine. For girls.
Do you happen to know the marital statistics in the United States?
Hey, Pete. Sorry I couldn't make the wedding.
I didn't know you were invited.
Why, sure. Big night for old Charlie.
Hmm.
Must have meant a lot to him. Glad you could go, Pete.
Glad you're glad.
Don't tell me.
What?
You can't see me tonight because you have a very important engagement.
Yeah, well, I have to take a little trip
Where?
to prison.
What happened at that wedding?
Well, it's a long story.
So?
So I'll tell you tomorrow.
Or you're going to get a parole?
Look, you just sing pretty for the people.
Prison?
Drink up, Charlie. It's train time.
How can you talk that way, Lieutenant? I'm an entrepreneur, the sport of kings.
You're a bookmaker.
Semantics.
What are you going to tell me about Charlie Barnes?
Charlie Barnes? I never even heard of him.
Book 'em all. The night people. Recognize any of them?
I told you I didn't get a very good look.
As a bodyguard, you're a dandy.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Charlie Barnes on a sabbatical. I knew something was going to go wrong.
We weren't disappointed.
We'll keep picking them up. You keep looking them over.
Could be a long night.
You got a better idea? Your little excursion into rehabilitation has certainly got us into a great spot.
You don't have to rub it in.
If Charlie goes back into operation, it's going to be a long line of unemployment. The warden, the governor, me.
I know. Just doesn't figure.
What?
Charlie gave me his word.
So now you know how good it was.
Well, I don't think he set up that escape. I think there's more to it.
Oh, come on, Pete.
I'm going to talk to a few people.
You can do that here?
Yeah, well, they're not the people I want to talk to.
All right, Sammy, boy, give it to me right here. Right here. Now give me the hook, boy. Ha ha! How's that power? Get your robe on, boy. And keep cool at all times. You're going to be a champ, I'm telling you. You're going to tear his head off. Ha ha! Don't distract yourself, boy. You know why you got that? Then listen to what I say. Now get out there, boy. Eat him up. Mind everything I taught you. I'll be there in the ring with you before the bell rings. Oh. Oh, they ain't build them like they used to. Last job. What can I do for you, Petey, boy? Looking for a match?
Not in your stable of Dempsey's, Rocky.
Boy just went out there. He's the one. Taught him everything I know. I told him all.
Maybe you can do the same thing for me.
Lay it out, Petey.
Rocky, you knew Charlie Barnes, didn't you?
Takes all kind of talent to make the world. Good old Charlie. His bank jobs were a thing of beauty and a joy forever.
Yeah, well, we're not here to praise Caesar.
Oh, Charlie had it. Remember the one where they threw the board fence around the bank? Put up the sign, building under repair. Then cleaned it out while the police were keeping sidewalk superintendents back.
Let's say Charlie went back into business.
That's the kind of help you should have these days.
Do you know anybody that might be interested in a caser like Charlie?
An artist like him should belong to the world.
Cut it down.
Might be a long time until my Tiger's a champ.
Yeah. Here. Buy him some new bandages.
Vince Cannell's got a nice operation. A lot of withdrawals. No deposits.
Where do I find him?
Probably figuring out a job.
Be a little bit more specific.
He's got a real estate front over on Emery Street. The Knack Realty.
I'll see if he'll rent me a bank.
You didn't get it from me. You couldn't have gone half around. I told you. The hook. The hook. That's the hook. Why didn't you use it out there? That's breaking and entering.
I want to see Vince Cannell.
That's exactly who you're going to see. Try this one. Hold it. Put the key on the table.
You interested in real estate?
Yes, Cannell. I'd like a nice 150-foot lot with a bank on it.
Funny.
Where's Charlie Barnes?
You don't want real estate, you want the lost and found.
Cannell, a lot of people are interested in Charlie.
If I see him, I'll tell him he's popular.
If you're planning a bank bust, you won't need a torch. Charlie's hot enough to light up the whole city.
Take it up with the Department of Water and Power.
Look.
You look. I sell real estate. I'm a member of the downtown merchants. I don't know what you're talking about. Now, why don't you get out of here before I have you arrested for trespassing?
Cannell.
On second thought, I might have you shot as a prowler.
I wouldn't advise it. Every policeman in the state's looking for Charlie. That goes clear up to the Capitol.
That's interesting.
Because Charlie's an escaped felon with a lot hanging on his head. If you're planning a bank job, it's not a case of you're getting out of town. Your problem's getting out of the state.
He's a prowler.
Let's go.
There should be a collision here between the flour truck and Al's car. That'll divert attention to one end of the block.
What about the other end of the street?
Benny and Joe and workman's clothes. Gas company signs. They start working on the street, that'll seal off the block.
That's a nice layout, Charlie.
Best I could do on such short notice.
Now, where do we go in?
Only place we can. The roof. Stores on either side. That'll take us all night.
Oh, fine. That wraps it.
Not yet. I gotta take a look at the roof.
All right. A couple of boys will go with you.
Sure. go in through here.
Are you kidding? It's a foot thick, laced with wire.
You want to tell Cannell you're handling the job?
No, I just thought...
That'll get you in trouble. We use the drill, we go in through here.
All right, forget it. What other ideas do you have?
No Cannell?
Just an empty real estate office. You didn't expect him to wait around, did you?
No, but police procedure fascinates me.
The jury probably would have acquitted him.
For what?
If he'd shot you as a prowler.
Oh, fine. Thanks a million.
That's all right. You've done favors for me, like now.
Lieutenant.
Like losing Charlie Barnes. Now all we got to do is sit around and wait for a bank robbery.
You're an incurable optimist.
Don't think it's easy. You know, I've been wondering,
What were you wondering, Lieutenant?
what are you going to tell the warden?
And now that you're needling, the same thing you're going to tell the commissioner. You're flat.
How long, Charlie?
About an hour.
Can't you step it up?
You want to take over?
I'll take over.
What kept you? I've been drilling on this silent alarm for 20 minutes.
One move and he gets us in the belly. You knew there was an alarm in there. You crossed us.
Sure. I don't like being kidnapped.
Take him down, Sergeant.
How's it going, Pete?
A little better now. Pretty clever idea.
Went out with radio. You don't never want to drill through a skylight. They're all wired for sound.
Experience.
You know it. That's how I got nailed the last time out.
You've been a great help, Charlie. The governor will probably cut that sentence of yours down.
Well, that'll be neighborly. I got a profession to go to.
This?
No. I'm going to be a lawyer.